Hello. All right. Sorry about the 10-minute delay. The cat decided she wanted to go out and do her business. So I don't have a cat box. She likes going outside and does her thing very much like a dog. So, yeah. So rushed in, or rather, rushed out, rushed in. And now I guess it's story time, isn't it? Yeah, today's Friday the 13th. Holy smokes. So it was just a coincidence that I decided to tell the story on Friday the 13th. It was not intention, but it's a bizarre story for a bizarre day. So I think it makes sense. It all comes together. But anyway, thank you all for joining. I hope you enjoyed the music, getting you warmed up. And yeah, I suppose we should jump right into it, shouldn't we? Oh, there I am. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should tease more. Like, don't women like foreplay and stuff? And I'm pretty sure. You dummy. Oh God. Um. Now you're looking around like it's not my fault you didn't make the jump. No one pushed you. No one pushed you at all. You totally messed me up too. So the cat's looking around like someone pushed her, tried to jump on the table. It's just like, anyway. Um. Yeah, go to your spot. You should be ashamed. Cat's supposed to be athletic and all of that. And I have a gump. Anyway, yeah, so the story happened, well, a few years ago now. You'll be able to date it once I go into it, and you'll be like, "Oh, this happened around this time." Like, "Oh, yeah, I get it." And oh boy, it's an interesting one. This is the reason why I am very cautious about people from Florida, people who work with Lilith, and people who hit on me. So, uh, before we jump into it, there are a few things that I am going to say, and one of them is I'm not going to say the identity of the person. We'll just call her Blue. And there's some small personal details I am going to leave out. And I'm sure you guys understand, privacy and all that mess, even though I'm telling something like this. But yeah, so with all that said, let's jump into it. Ooh, I said that like I'm doing a in case you missed it, didn't I? All right, so this oh, thank you for subscribing. Wow, the thing actually popped up. Holy cow. I think that's the first time it's ever popped up. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it. This happened when Unexplained Possibilities, the channel, was very, very, very young, and I was searching for guests. Uh, Now, originally, this channel was going to primarily focus on extraterrestrials. I decided that shouldn't be the primary focus because it's just you'll hit a wall. There's only so much you can say, and it needed to have a greater span. But during this time, I was searching for guests on the show and just trying to get anyone and anything because you want decent content. And I came across a YouTube channel. It's still active and up, by the way. Well, not active, but it's still up. It's actually, she has about three or four of them, and I will tell you why she has about three or four of them. And I came across her because she was speaking about quantum dimensions or something like that. She was writing a book and she was talking about extraterrestrials. In this case, it was Pleiadians. And I was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. And it didn't hurt that she was a cute redhead. And as you guys know, I have a thing for redheads. It's a weakness, and it's probably going to get me stabbed. And I decided to reach out, and oh, I wish I didn't. So I I first had to do some research because I didn't see a contact uh, thing, an email address or anything like that. And she used her work name, we'll say, for the YouTube channel. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just follow the crumb trail here. Let's see if anything pops up. And sure enough, something did pop up. It's just I didn't realize it was the same person because I'm an idiot. It's just that simple. I was like, huh, well, this is different. This wasn't what I was expecting. Like, and what greeted me was a redhead with her legs open. So it's like, oh gosh. But whatever, that didn't deter me. And I kept searching and I found an email address. And I decided to message her. And oh gosh, how I wish I didn't do that. The response I got, and I didn't know at the time, was actually from her husband. And he said, like, hey, who are you? How'd you find this email? It's like, I just searched. I just want to talk to this person to see if I can get them on my show. That was the first warning where it's like, oh gosh. More on him later because he he has some stuff, guys. But yeah, it was her husband. So her husband ran her uh hmm, I guess you could say her page with certain pictures. And he's actually a cop too. More on that later though. Anyway, so she emailed me back. He gave her the information. He emailed me, or she emailed me back. And oh no, 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 no. Not a pimp. Not close to it. But yeah, she emailed me back and everything. We spoke for a minute. And she was like, you know what? Let me use my other email address because my husband can see everything on this one. I was like, oh gosh, that should have been the second warning. And she emails me and I find out her real name. And it's like, oh, well, okay, I guess you're going to trust me with this. And we were speaking about extraterrestrials and how she had some experiences with them. And I was telling her about my friend AP who had experiences. And I was like, oh, okay, this could be cool. This could work. And we didn't go deep into it. She asked if I wanted to Skype with her. And I said, sure, why not? And traded that information. And we were chatting on Skype. It wasn't video chat at the time, it was just a normal audio thing. And we did this a couple of times. And she came off really normal, or as normal as you can be. And she didn't mention anything about being a porn star and all of that. I didn't ask. I didn't care. It's no biggie. And then she asks, oh no, no, before she asked, she mentioned something about black people. And she didn't know I was black. And then she said, oh yeah, let's video chat. It wasn't anything derogative she said about black people. It's just she said something like oh gosh, I can barely remember. It was like something like she likes being around black people because they're real and stuff, and crackers are crazy. Yeah, that's what she said. So this is coming from her, this pale, redheaded Irish chick. So we turn on the video camera and all of that, And she turns red and immediately apologizes. She's like, I had no idea you were black. I'm so sorry. I feel bad. I was like, oh, you didn't say anything bad or derogative. It's cool. And it's like, I didn't know. A lot of people don't. It's fine. It's no big deal. Like it's really no big deal. And I wish I never turned on that freaking camera, because it turns out she has a thing for black guys. And she told me that, like, I actually really like black guys. It's like, oh, okay. My husband's white. I was just like, oh no, I messed up. I messed up. I done messed up. And well, that's what she said. These are not my words, Slim. And I should have aborted mission and ran, but like I said, I'm a sucker for a redhead. Like it's bad. And I have my nose is bothering me. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, anyway, so we're chatting more and everything, and then she tells me, "Yeah, I'm an adult film actress, and I've done a couple of movies, and my first movie was it was dealing with aliens." And she was like, "You want to see it?" No. Well, I'm gonna send it anyway. You should check it out. It's really good. I'm just like, what? No, no. I don't want to see it. I just want to talk about the stuff to see if I could get you on the show. And it's like, no, no, no. You're gonna like it. No. But she sent it anyway. I did not watch. That would have been very weird. And but it was a legit movie, and she was some alien chick and with some alien guy and getting freaky and all of that. I don't know, man. um I should have ran. I should have ran. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Okay. We can I can get over this. This is no big deal. Now it was a big deal. I should have known, like I said. Uh she also told me her nickname, and I won't say her nickname. And I'm not going to say it because, again, you can find her very easily. I'm not going to do that. But I will say that when we started to get into the backstory of things, she she really gave me an idea on what was up. So her first ET experience happened when she was a wee kid, but that's not important. What's important is the high school year experience. And she told me that she was part Pleiadian, and that her handler, will say at this time, his name was Milo. Milo was also Pleiadian. And because she was Pleiadian, whenever her emotions got out of whack, she kind of had a carry moment. But the thing is, she would turn blue. Hence why I'm calling her Blue. Yeah, so Blue would turn blue. And she said it happened at school, and her skin completely turned blue. And they were like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Or what's happening, not what's going to happen. And Milo would come down and calm her and everything. And this is before Avatar, before you guys say something like, oh, it's like Avatar. This is before Avatar. And she told me that she fell in love with her handler, Milo. Milo fell in love with her. And this was a forbidden love. And that didn't stop them. We're escalating now, as you can tell. They would make love, Not astrally, however, thank God. That doesn't come till many years later with a whole nother person. But yeah, they would make love by melding of some sort. And it's just like, okay. And it's similar to Avatar, but I do believe this is before Avatar. I don't like Avatar, so I'm not sure the date it came out. One of you people will tell me. Well, excuse me, her story of Milo happens before Avatar, but me speaking to her might have been after. Um, but yeah, so eventually they got found out, and Milo had to go because he did a no, and it's like, nope, you will never see me again, but before we leave we're going to get freaky one last time. And that is what occurred according to her. And and they got Milo and they shipped him off to Mars. And she got so mad because Milo said he loved her and he wouldn't leave and this and that, but nope, he was shipped off to Mars, never to be seen of again. And she got so upset, she again turned blue and hated everyone, and she wanted to make Milo jealous. She wanted to make him jealous, and she did it the only way she could, by entering the porn industry. I'm not making that up. That's what she told me. That's how she got into porn. That was one of her alien experiences. And she entered the industry to make Milo jealous. She entered in to make Mr. Pleiadian alien jealous. And she did certain scenes and everything, knowing that he would see her and be jealous. And it's like, yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you. It's like, okay, what do you say to that? So at this point, it's already in my head like, yeah, I can't have you on Unexplained Possibilities in my head. Um, well, I don't know how he gets porn on Mars. I assume satellite. But yeah, and she decided, oh, she was pretty good looking, Noella. She's pretty hot. But anyway, she decided to show me this. And I was like, no, I really don't want to see your stuff. I really don't. But she showed me like the work that she did where she really went into it. And it was like, yeah, you see here, this is when I knew Milo was watching, and I put on a little extra for it. It's like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Like, this is unreal. Like, who does this? You know, usually it's everyone, not everyone, but usually it's a guy's dream. It's like, oh man, I'm talking to a chick who's in porn. She's hot. I could sleep with her and all that. This was absolutely horrifying for me. You know, I'm already shy around people, and this is a whole next level of like out of my comfort zone. No, no, you don't poke crazy. Um, so for whatever reason, she took a liking to me, and we started casually speaking. And I wish I didn't do that either, because I have a habit of not really giving people the oh, very funny, kitten. I have a habit of not giving people the boot who I should give the boot to, because I try to give everyone a chance. I try to be friendly with everyone, you know, because I think we all need a friend. Oh, I got to change that. No, Milo was blue. Doll, Milo was blue. So getting to know her, and she's telling me like, yeah, Melvin, I can feel your essence. It's brilliant. You know you're an alien, right? I can feel it, man. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous, and I would like to feel more of it. You gotta meld with me. And I'm just like, what? What? You feel my essence? I'm an alien and you have to meld with me. And then she's like, yeah, I think Milo sent you to me. Okay. And I have the emails because I actually couldn't remember his name. And I still have emails she sent me. I was going to share the emails, but then I was like, nah, that's a little too much. But I'm happy I reread them because that's when I remembered the name Milo. So, yeah, she's over here wanting to fill my essence and mess. I don't know what that really means. I don't want to know what it really means. But, she's digging it and stuff. And it's like, what about your husband? Oh, Helm, don't worry about him. He's a sub. I was like, a what? He's a sub, like he's kind of weird. Like he's a cop and everything, but man, he's into some weird stuff. I was like, man, a porn star saying her husband is into some weird stuff. And she was and she was telling me this guy kisses her feet and sucks on her toes and he likes being tied up and pegged, I think it's called. It's like, okay. And somehow he had pictures of her that never went public. And she has no idea how he got them. So it turns out she married a fan, essentially. But this fan would do anything for her. He bought her a car, two cars. He bought her a house. He did everything. Now, here's the kicker. She wasn't in Florida with him. She was in California doing all sorts of mess. So this guy, he just, I don't know, doing whatever, I guess. But yeah, what Afro says here. So she didn't care about him. She didn't love him. It's like, it's convenience. I don't know what a simp is, but it doesn't sound good. But yeah, so he was into some weird stuff and uh maybe something to do with mm, urine, perhaps. So that's what I'll say with that one. Um, anyway, so back to where we're at. And she's telling me, yeah, I gotta feel your essence and all. I was like, uh, no, I'm good. I'm golden. Luckily, we were not in the same city at the time when she was in California. Whew, that would have been terrible because she would have hunted my butt down. And she was staying with a quote unquote shaman. His name is Dan. He's actually a cool dude. For whatever reason, she introduced me to him, and he was actually pretty cool. Although, what's interesting about that is when I'm speaking to the guy, he has all this porn behind him, just boom, 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 everywhere. I was like, what world did I just enter into? This is so odd. I don't need to be here. And but he was really cool. That's the thing. Just a really cool guy. He reminded me of a hippie, like a real hippie, not one of these wannabes. Okay, so sorry, someone just sent me a text. Had to delete that. All right. Um, so I'm still chatting with this chick with Blue. I should have stopped it. She wants my essence, and she's telling me she's about to do some shoots, and she decided to give me information on what goes on there. And I thought that was interesting, a little behind the scenes. So, fun fact about me, I really love behind the scenes stuff, like when it comes to film. Doesn't matter what type of film, I just love how things are made. So, yes, I am the guy that looks at the making ofs and listening to director's commentary. I'm that prick. So, she she fills me in and says, "Yeah, the guys aren't actually all as that big and everything, but but then they are big, and she loves getting it on with black guys because they're rough." And I was like, okay. And she was telling me that sometimes they'll use pumps and peels and stick needles everywhere. And I'm just like, oh, this is terrible. Uh, this is um I'm saying this is terrible. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to hear this. I thought you were going to tell me about the cameras and mess. And she was telling me about the process on how some chicks bleach their bums and all of that. It's like, oh gosh, who would ever want to do this? Now, mind you, she made money doing this. She made good money. She like I said, this chick was she was she was big at one point. So again, that's why I'm not saying her name. Oh, wow. Okay, doll, learned something new about you. Anyway, um she uh do me a favor, Anish. No talking about other people in chat. I don't want everyone I don't want to cause a ruckus in chat. I don't want that. We're going to respect everyone here. Like, it's a fun show, of course, and all that, but please don't talk about other people. Uh all right. So, where was I? Oh, no, you mentioned Kayla, and I don't, don't talk about her. That's not cool. Unless I'm misinterpreting something, which it's possible, but we want peace, man. But if I'm misinterpreting, forgive me. Just say, shut up, Melvin. You don't know what you're talking about, which happens a lot. Okay, so she she sent me some pictures from the set. Oh, okay. All right. I misinterpreted. I'm sorry. Yeah, never mind. Like I said, Phil, you get a free shut up Melvin pass. So go ahead and tell me to shut up. No, no, no. It's okay. It was my mistake. Misunderstood something. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was my mistake. Yeah, it was just a misunderstanding. All right. So, yeah, she sent me pictures and everything. And oh man, I was not expecting what I saw. Like, people are, what they call jacking and jilling and just getting all freaky and ready, and it looks sweaty and dirty and just like, ugh. I would not want to be there. Like, if there's anything romanticized about the industry, oh, it shouldn't be. Like, that's just weird. And it's so many people. I mean, it's everyone watching, and you got to perform and all of that. And then she sends me a text saying, I want you here with me, baby. I was like, you want me here with you? Baby? Oh no. Oh no, this is going bad. I don't like this. Remember, I want your essence. It's like, what the heck? And she decided to then share, she's too tight to be taken in the front, so she likes taking it in the back. And again, I should have just ran, but why? Why would I? Why, So, and then she decided to share some video because she like, this is how tight I am. So yes, I saw all of her, and I was like, okay, I can't. And I didn't chat with her for a minute, and eventually we reconnected. Like, it was maybe a week or two later, and we started chatting about aliens again. Oh, one second. We started chatting about aliens again, which I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm all right. This now we're back on track. And she told me that her father was government and that she actually has proof of UFOs. She took a picture uh, with a UFO and that she had all this paperwork and everything, writing her book and stuff like that. But she told me that unfortunately the government actually came in and jacked her mess, and Blackbird helicopters would fly over her place constantly. Oh my God. You guys, you know what? I actually forgot a major detail as well. But I guess we'll circle around to that because it's going to, this is how you're going to know something is very wrong. So, yeah, that's okay. You have a good one, Kayla. Um, the full Monty. Yeah, got the full everything. So I have to sneeze. I'm trying not to. I'm trying to hold it in. Okay, I caught it. Okay. Um so yeah, she's telling me that her stuff was jacked by the government and everything, her father's former government, and she had pictures of aliens and all of that. Or not aliens, excuse me, of UFO and all of that. And I was like, really? Okay. I gotta see this. You could send this to me. I'm excited. I'm like, all right, it was worth it. So far the craziness was worth it. And she emails me and there's pictures attached to it. I was so excited and I hit the attachment. I'm ready to see the pictures. And it was her. It was a UFO. It was somewhere in Nevada, and I can't remember the name of the place. It's a very popular place. And she's naked, posing on the not real UFO. And I'm just like, no. And I see everything. Like, and I'm just like, what is this? What is this? And then she says, you like it, baby? Yeah, it's like, oh, don't call me baby, please. I feel so dirty. And no, I don't like it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I don't like it. And I just couldn't believe it. Man, I was so disappointed. This was probably the first time and only time I've ever been disappointed with some chick sending me a naked picture, only because I never receive them. So I don't get them enough to be disappointed. But I was so disappointed. uh I wanted to see a UFO. But anyway, so we're talking again, and now things are starting to get even a little bit more ramped up and crazy. So she's telling me now that, oh, 1 second, guys, I gotta run and do something. 1 second. All right, sorry, that was my mom calling super quick, so I had to quickly take that call. Like I can't talk. I'm on stream. I'm telling the porn story. You gotta go. So I will probably have to explain that later to her, which that's gonna be awkward, isn't it? But anyway, we're speaking more, and she's telling me that she's starting to get more powerful, and she's coming into terms with who she is, and her psychic ability is getting better, and she's going to now start projecting herself over to me. It's like, oh gosh, no, don't do that, please. Don't do that. I don't believe she can do it, but then you never know. And then she tells me what energizes her: two things, weed and the sun. And me being a nerd, when I hear the sun energizes you, I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, wait a second. Are you telling me you're like Superman? You're a Kryptonian? Hold up. What do you mean the sun energizes you? And she told me that she stares at the sun, and the sun is a living being, and that's how she gets her power. And people need to stare at the sun. We all need to stare at the sun. And because we don't, we're weak. So, again, should have run after hearing that, but I didn't. Now, I didn't quite believe she stared at the sun until she filmed herself staring at the sun. She stared at it for a good 3 minutes, and I'm trying to figure out, how aren't you blind? And and yeah, so she told me like, Melvin, we have to stare at the sun together. Like, what are you talking about? No, no, we don't. Yes, yes, we do. We need to stare at the sun together. That's what lovers do. Lovers? Wait a second now. Wait a second. Where did this come from? Hold up. Lovers? Lovers? No, I didn't agree to this. Wait a minute. And then she started saying again, Milo sent you my way. You're here for me. And guess what, Melvin? You're an alien too. Alien Melvin. And I love you. It's like, no, 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 you don't. No, I think I should go now. I think I need an adult. I don't know what's happening, but this is crazy. And yeah, so every now and then she would send me videos and pictures of her staring at the sun, like legit staring at the freaking sun. And then one time we were talking and she was like, "Ooh, huh, that tickled." I was like, "What tickled?" The sun belched and I felt it. And I'm just like, "Okay." Okay. And I, I I I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to explain. I can't explain. It's just weird. It's just freaking weird. So I hope you guys are enjoying the story so far. Um Now, as time continues on, she starts filling me in more and more and going into the more paranormal supernatural side of things. And she's talking about the God essence, and she starts getting biblical. I don't know where this came from, but it just started to happen. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm listening. And she said, Adam's first wife? And I was like, Lilith? Yeah, I know her. Or know of her. I don't know her. And she she told me like, yeah, you know why she was kicked out of heaven, right? I'm like, no, why? Because she was riding Adam, like she wanted to be on top. I'm like, okay, well, that's good to know. I didn't realize that there was actually something to that at the time. I learned like, oh wow, it's actually okay. It's not too far off. But when you hear that, and it's like she got kicked out because she wanted to ride the guy, like really? And then she drops this bombshell saying that she is Lilith. And what's upsetting for me is whenever I pictured Lilith, I always picture her as kind of a naughty petite redhead with a nice bum. And here we are. I'm speaking to a naughty petite redhead with a nice bum. So part of me actually has to take a moment and step back, and it's like, huh, wait a second. What's happening here? Could she be right? No, she's not right. She's not Lilith. But yeah, she told me she was Lilith, and then she told me that it was time for her to have me. The time is now, and she needs me. She needs my essence. We have to be the couple that we're supposed to be, and this was prophesized. I don't know where it was prophesized. I didn't get the memo, but it's prophesized. And that's why Milo sent me to her. And that's why I happen to be black and she loves black guys. And it's like, when did this happen? How did this happen? What is happening? So I said, all right, yeah, whatever. I just ended that conversation because I didn't like where it was headed. So that's kind of funny. I was one day in the throne room. And when I go to the throne room, I enjoy reading. You know, maybe that's a little too much information, but I like reading. I like listening to music. That's my sanctuary. I call it the throne room for a reason. And I get out and she calls me and she's like, I just came for you, baby. Like, what? And I sent you my essence so you could feel powerful. And I sensed it. And I was like, what? You sensed what? I sensed that you had it in the throne room? Wait. So I thought that was so funny, but so weird. And I was like, what the heck? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna rub it in. Rub what in? What is happening? I just was in the restroom. Like, I know you felt it. I felt something, but not that. Um, I felt something, but not that. And so now I had to be extra careful because things were escalating even more. And she came back, and this is where some personal information that I can't share, but she decided to tell me that in the past we were lovers. Yeah, somehow we knew each other in the past. And no, no, doll, I can't share that one. Mm-mm. So yeah, in the past we were lovers and all of that. I don't know what past. I don't know how. I don't know who I was, what I was. I don't really care. But in her mind, it's like, yeah. And then she informs me that not only again am I an alien, but because of how I am, and I am majestic and I have power and some other specialness that I just ignored. And she said, because of that, we're going to make love. And not only are we going to make love, we're going to have the Jesus baby. We're going to have the second coming of Jesus. And for that, I'm going to keep myself pure for you. I'll only do anal. Oh man. I mean, so I'm sorry, give me a second, guys. Oh my god. This is a true story, by the way. Yeah, so she would only do anal and keep everything else pure for me. Um, I don't know if I'm going to keep this public or if I'm going to have it unlisted and whoever has the link can see it. I don't I I don't know. But Yeah, so imagine my surprise. Whoop de freaking do. And she she said, "You want a video chat?" Now, two things came to mind. One was I can oh oh don't make me feel bad. Don't walk on the table, please. No, God darn it, sweet pea. You did that on purpose. Um yeah, so two things came to mind. One, I can be like just a big perv and I can like probably see some things and do some things and all that too. I can just say, I have a headache. I gotta go. And I chose the latter. I have a headache. I have to go. No, before I said that though, I said, oh, well, that's interesting. That's what I said first. Like, huh, well, that's interesting. the, the second Jesus, huh? With Lilith. And that's when she really turned everything on. After that, she would every now and then send me like a nude picture of herself. She was very comfortable with herself. And if we did video chat, she would, oh my God, okay. I really shouldn't share this part, but I'm going to share it. She, like, okay, so stuff happened. I'll build it up and get to it. Stuff happened, and she started to leave the industry because she was a little cuckoo. And she had to move back home. She didn't go to Florida with her husband. Instead, she went to Tennessee with her mom. And she had a butt ton of weed. Like she showed me this giant jar of weed. And she we were video chatting and she was just smoking away and everything, and for whatever reason she like peeked out her door, and I don't know why. And then she got back to me and stuff, and she said, "Give me one moment." And I was like, "Oh, all right, well, okay, you need a moment, that's fine. I guess you want to get high somewhere." And she came back totally naked, and she was rubbing herself. I didn't initiate this. I didn't want this. I didn't know what was happening. And I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know if this is a dream come true or a nightmare, because I didn't know what to do in that instance. Because this is going to be one of the few times I will ever say this, but I was not attracted to her. No, I didn't meet her. It was online. So I thank God I never met her. I probably would not be here if I did. Um, so yeah, I was not attracted to her. I wasn't attracted to a redhead, and it just like she killed that mess. One of the few times that has ever happened. Has not happened since. Like if you guys ever want to like, take advantage of me, man, but yeah, just be a redhead or something. But anyway, so yeah, she's doing her thing and she, climaxes. I hope I'm not blue. Well, doll, they have dye. Um, she climaxes and everything fairly quick. And she's like, I did it for you, baby. Here, here, here. I'm like, what is happening? What are you doing? Here, take it. Take my energy. Oh, I can change your mind, doll. And yeah, she's doing this mess. And like, take my energy. Take it. I'm like, I don't want your energy. What the heck? Like some spirit fingers and stuff. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is where I gotta stop now. And I was like, I can't talk to you. I gotta go. I feel weird. This is weird. Everything about this is weird. This is not my life. I am a nerd. I don't do this. I don't talk to people like you. No, no. So I get away from Blue for a moment. Yeah, that was her giving me the energy doll. Like, wee, 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 wee. So I um I had a couple of weeks away from her, and it was it was nice. It was very nice until she showed. And like I said, I'm the moron because I wouldn't just block her and just say no. And part of that is because I was worried about her. I was afraid, she might get hurt or something. Oh no, uh, God no, Jurian. Trust me, if you deal with someone like that, you want to stay away from them and never, ever, ever be next to them. Um, so where was I? Darn it, lost my train of thought. Um, where the heck was I? Yeah, so anyway, a few weeks later, wasn't speaking to her, and then of course she pops back up and she sends me a picture of her staring at the sun yet again. It's like, I've been thinking about you. Did you feel my essence come your way? I felt yours. It's like, you felt mine? I didn't do anything. What do you mean you felt mine? Like when she sent that text, I will never forget this. I know exactly what I was eating. I was eating shrimp with chicken and spinach. And so it's like, man, what essence do you feel? Um, so I was confused by that. And she was telling me how she then wants to start her own porn thing. She wants me involved and she wants to make she wants to film us having the Jesus baby. I can't think of the proper terminology. Conceiving. Milo never visited me. No, I have never met Milo, and I see why he ran if there is a Milo. But yeah, so she she wanted to conceive on cam Jesus baby with me, and I'm just like, no. This is so weird. I don't do mess on cam. No, let's not do that. And now it starts turning into some other stuff. She started to talk about how her powers were being suppressed by her mother and how she had to grow out her hair. And by hair, I mean woo woo. And to counteract this and get her energy back up. And her mother tried to get her on medication, rightfully so. And medication didn't work. But, she was like, I didn't feel right with it. And now I feel good again. I just need my weed and I need you, Melvin. I need you. It's time. Let's do this. Come on. It's like, no, let's not. Why am I still talking to you? How stupid am I? And that's when I realized, oh my God, I secretly like this, don't I? I like this nonsense. I'm just as crazy. I have issues. I have freaking issues. So the sorry, someone sent me a message. The thing that she was trying to do, create whatever type of production, all that. Of course, it never got off the ground, and she actually left the industry that year, sort of. Like she couldn't get booked for work, understandably so. And she started to do um, cam shows, I think it's called, like independent cam shows. Like someone will know what it is. So, things are calming down, and I'm like, okay, all right, I can dig this. You seem to be getting normal ish. And I was like, all right. So she stopped with the Lilith talk for a moment until she didn't. And this was before OnlyFans Paranormal Witch. And, I didn't speak to her as much. It was on and off. And she said that she was working on her book again. This certainly wasn't my space. And yeah, it was cool. For once, it was like, hey, this is pretty cool. Okay, I can dig this. Until it wasn't cool and I couldn't dig it because she told me that she wants to show me something and she sends me a link. And of course, what? No, it was like a video website, guys, like an adult video website with cam girl thingies. I don't know what they're called, but you know, not Craigslist, not MySpace, not Live Journal. Anyway, she sends me a link and everything, and I wish I didn't click it, but curiosity, I click it, and it's her doing a show and all that, and her boobies are out and stuff, and she's doing her thing, and I'm just like, oh, this is really weird because apparently it's other guys in there and God knows what they're doing. And I'm just like, oh no, I got to get out of it. And right when I was about to leave, she texts me, "You like it? This is all for you, my special sexy alien." I was like, what the heck? No. And like she was jiggling her boobies, which can't complain about that. And she said, "I got them for you. They're yours." So here's the thing. She has implants, but she got them way before I met her. So I'm trying to figure out how, in her mind, she says she got them for me. She most certainly did not. Um, and truth be told, I don't really like fake boobs anyway. I kind of like them small. Not that I will complain about big ones. So, yeah, so that happened and everything. And she got back on her Jess. Oh, hello, Marina. Yeah, it's story time. So, yeah. Where was I? She got back on her thing and chasing after me again, and it's like, we got to conceive the Jesus baby. It's like, no, I don't want to conceive anything. I don't want to conceive anything. And then she started to tell me like, hey, I need to be careful, government's after me. Like, after me, not her. But I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, you were involved with me, and they know, they're watching you, but don't worry, the aliens are protecting you. Don't they're protecting you, and they're protecting me, and I'm gonna protect you, for I am Lilith and I'm a Pleiadian and I have power, and they're gonna see me change and I will destroy them. It's like, oh no. I mean, I appreciate it, but oh no. And yeah, she started to go a little more off the deep end. And and she kept asking if I was dating anyone. Like, I guess she finally got to the picture, like, I don't want to be with you, I don't want nothing to do with you. And she was asking if I was dating anyone, which I wasn't. And she said good, because I wouldn't be able to protect them. And I was like, okay, well, now we're going to turn into some fatal attraction mess, which is great. So a little more time passed, and she calms down, messaging me, sending me things. And I start seeing on social media like her talking about conspiracies. And that's a bad sign. And she's telling me how, Putin is our savior. Oh, thank you, Marina. I'm happy you liked it. And thank you for joining. Like you're joining at, or you're joining us at a weird time because this isn't normal content for the channel, but it is a special, and I promise. So, hopefully the story is enjoyable for everyone. If it isn't, you guys can say, "No, Melvin, this story sucks. Go away." But where was I? What was I saying? What the heck was I saying? Oh yeah, so yeah, I know. It was already a bad sign. So, um, thank you. So yeah, she's like, Putin will be our savior. I know it's kind of weird bringing up Putin at this time, all things considered, but he will be our savior, and he's going to release the truth that the aliens are here and stuff. It's like, oh, okay. And I'm seeing it. She's not telling me this. I am now literally distancing myself. And this is now going to give you a timeline of when things happen. And she said, you can't trust Hillary, or excuse me, Hillary, and you can't. I'm not a Hillary fan. That's why I call her Hillary. But you can't trust her. You got to watch out for her. She's not trustworthy. And the administrations, they know the truth. And you got to be careful with Trump because he's really a reptilian. And it's like, oh gosh, it's happening. She's losing it. She has completely lost it. And she started to talk more and more about how she has documented proof, and she has evidence, and Putin's going to release it. And when it does, it's going to be a revolution. We are all going to rejoice, and it's going to be big and amazing, and you'll all see, and the second coming will happen, and Lilith will rise, and all that. And I'm like, wait, so you're Lilith and an alien? I mean, I guess it's possible, but not probable. Um, and I'm just looking at this now, and it's like, oh my gosh. And I got concerned. So I did reach out to her and ask, hey, are you okay, man? Like, cause this is not normal. This is beyond normal, even for you. And she's like, yeah, I'm fine. I've been staring at the sun and getting my energy. Like, we're gonna have to fight and do this. I was like, fight what? Fight what? Everything is pretty calm right now. And and um and I felt bad, because even though she was crazy as sin, there is a part of her that I really like, and I don't want to see anyone come to harm or just go that off the deep end. And she was losing it more and more. She couldn't get work, and she actually left Tennessee and went back to Florida. And she was back with her husband, and she was back with him because she ran out of money. And he just did whatever she wanted, and she hated him for that. She wanted someone to, I guess, fight and be aggressive and a bit dominant, not submissive. Because again, she married a fan. She married a fan and not a partner. And he was just, I mean, I've seen the guy. I know what he looks like. You would never suspect he was a cop, which is pretty funny. But but yeah, so he was kind of watching her, and as she was slipping, but at least, someone was there. And then she got tired of him and said, Melvin, I'm coming to California. We're going to meet, and I'm going to take you to this place where they sell green wraps, and they are delicious. And that's my other weakness, eating. So it's like, ooh, food. Oh no, you. I'm caught in a conundrum. Eat and deal with this. Don't eat and don't deal with this. So I decided against this. Like, no, 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 but you enjoy your stay over here if you want. I never told her my address. I never told her what part of California I lived in. at that time or nothing like that. I wasn't going to. It's crazy. Uh, but she started to escalate more and more and more. And the presidential elections came around, and she she just lost it, calling everyone alien, calling everyone uh, uh, wicked and evil. And it's like, no, I have to stop them. I'm going to stop them. I will wipe them out. I was like, wipe them out. I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. And she said that Hillary needs to be killed, and they need to go. The government needs to be wiped out. I mean, she's not technically wrong, but still, it's certain things you just can't say. But she said it. And that's when the Secret Service gets involved. Ah, you see? So the Secret Service gets involved now, and they are monitoring her mess. Now, I didn't know at the time the Secret Service got involved. I had absolutely no idea. And she was still speaking to me and going off on political mess, and saying that the aliens were going to visit because Putin's going to give the signal. And when that signal happens, like, that's when humanity rises, and we need to be ready, and she's going to be ready. And I'm like, well, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for anything, man. I just want some ice cream. That's exactly what I said too. I just want some ice cream. That's my distraction. That's how I get out of mess. I just want to eat. Get me out of this. I shouldn't be here in the first place. And and she was mouthing off more and more, and this is where things take a turn. So I was speaking to my friend AP, Alien Photog, and funnily enough, I was actually telling him about her. I haven't heard from her for about a week or so, and I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, she's gone. She's gone. So I'm speaking to AP, I'm telling him about her, and it's like, dude, I thought it was supposed to be like a dream come true. Like, oh, you get to mess around with a porn star and this and that. And it's like, no, no, not at all. And she calls me. She freaking calls me, speak of the devil and the devil will show. And I was like, oh my God, it's her. It's her. Okay, let me take this and see what she wants. And she sounded frantic and scared. And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, Melvin, what? I'm in the bathtub. And I didn't think anything of it. And she's telling me like, I'm hiding. They're after me. They're after me. I saw the vans and everything. They've been following me. They're after me. I'm out of weed and I've been up for a week. I was like, wait, how is that possible? Not the out of weed stuff, but how have you been up for a week? Like, you've been taking some other mess. And she's like, no, they're after me, Melvin. Like, they're gonna try and get me and take me to the labs and stuff like that. And I was like, what are you talking about? Who? What? Like, no one is after you. Yes, they are. They're in the van outside, and they're watching me. I know it. I can feel it. And I need to get to you, Melvin. I need to get to you. I just wish the aliens would take me to you. Why won't they do it? Come on, please, just take me to Melvin. He's my lover and my soulmate. I need to be with him. I was like, oh my gosh, she lost it. She absolutely lost it. I'm telling her, like, look, you're just delirious because you have not had any sleep. Just get some rest, get some sleep. And I'm just telling her this over and over for a good 20 minutes now. And she's just mumbling, no, I need to be with you. I need to be with you, Melvin. We have to have Jesus. Just like, no, we don't. And eventually she fell asleep. I hung up. I called AP back, like, oh my God, dude, you won't believe this. And that was it. Nothing after that for about a month. It was total silence from her. I didn't try to reach out or anything. And what broke this silence was a text message. And it was a text message of a phone number. I didn't dial this number, but I looked it up, and it was the number to a Colorado mental institution. And I was like, oh, this makes sense now. And I was not going to call that number. I had no reason to. I figured, okay, this is where she's at. She's in a mental institution, and rightfully so. And I'm thinking, I'm free. I'm free. No more blue. Wrong. So a few weeks after that, she contacts me. And oh, Marina, you are right on the nose. She contacts me. And apparently, she always knew she had this, but she never told me. But she suffers from bipolar schizophrenia. And I didn't know that. I mean, I had absolutely no idea. Now, I do want to say that I'm not trying to make fun of people who have bipolar, schizophrenia, or any type of mental issue at all. This is just a story with experiences that I can never forget, because I am very big on mental health and, trying to get help and actually talking about it. Too many times we keep silent, and that doesn't help anyone. But yeah, so she's bipolar schizophrenic, and I was like, this makes so much sense. Okay. And then, speaking to her, and she told me that the Secret Service busted her. So it turns out, yeah, she was actually right. Um, uh, they really were watching her in a freaking van and spying on her and everything. And this freaked me out because I immediately went into panic mode and it's like, okay, I didn't say anything. I love our government. Uncle Sam, yes, I am a true American patriot. I will tattoo the American flag and ride a bald eagle, darn it. So, I just want to sound like a patriot something because, they're probably listening in and I'm freaking out. I was like, "Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh." And I was like, "No, I want nothing to do with the Secret Service. I don't need a knock on my door." And after that, I was literally like paranoid about that. Every time I heard a car drive by, I'm like, oh my God, it's them, isn't it? They're going to knock on the door, aren't they? They're going to knock on the freaking door. But no, it was just me being paranoid and stupid. So they never knocked on my door, but we were speaking some more and everything. She was on medication, but even then, I'm not sure if it was good medication or not because she was telling me about the theory of split timelines and how they were interrogating her because, she kind of threatened to take out presidential candidates and then some. And they, like, yeah, they legit interrogated her. And she said she was laughing in their faces because they just proved the split timeline on how something happened that didn't happen and she saw it come forth. And I'm just like, what? You saw what? I didn't understand it. I didn't want to understand it. But her husband being a cop actually probably saved her butt because he went to get her and it's like, yeah, I'm law enforcement and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, that probably saved her butt. And they said, no, she has to go into, has to get psychological help. And that's why she went to a mental institution. But I'll never forget that she told me, yeah, I'm taking this medicine, but it's almost out. I can't wait for it to run out. And that was my sign, like, man, she's not going to change. She doesn't realize she has a problem. And this is where you need to run, Melvin. No more fun and games, just run. And I did. I did. I said, Blue, good luck. And my number actually changed. Uh, no. I didn't change it just yet. No, I didn't change my number just yet, but I did run. And yeah, only at this point. I did run, and it turns out like a few things happened. Like she went to jail. I don't know why she went to jail, but she went to jail for a couple of weeks, couple of months. She she was with her husband, like he had to watch over her. I'm not sure what the proper terminology is, but she had to be within his presence at all times, essentially. And yeah, evidently she broke that because she went back to California, and she did a different type of guardianship. Thank you. She did a different type of porn this time, and I won't say what it is because I don't want to embarrass her. Like this is one of the things where it's like, nah, we'll keep her with. Maybe it's too late, but we'll keep her with some dignity. But yeah, she did a different type of porn where it's like, oh boy, this is pretty low, and she went back to jail and then back into another asylum, and I lost all contact with her after that, rightfully so, because I'm stupid, Slim. and and yeah, lost all contact, which is okay. I mean, I still have her email address, but I'm not emailing her. Heck no. And she posts on social media every now and then, and the last thing I saw from her was her with a gun, and it was like, okay, it wasn't a real gun. It was a tool for getting off, we'll say. And she's still alive, but I do think she's back in jail. I'm not 100% sure because, like I said, every now and then I'll peek in to just hope she's doing okay. But yeah, so last thing I saw was her with the fake gun, and it was for pleasuring herself, and and that was it. And now the end, pretty much. I mean, not the greatest ending in the world, but yeah, the end. But that's the story. Well, she at the time I didn't have social media. You see, I don't have any personal accounts. The only personal account I have is Facebook. Everything else is Unexplained Possibilities. And because of that, and she didn't she doesn't remember the name of what I do, Unexplained. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, so there we go. That is the story. Questions, anyone? Oh man, maybe I should say her name, but I'm not. Uh man. Yeah, don't deal with crazy and run. That's the freaking lesson. Oh, well, she didn't know what part of California I was in. I never told her. Uh if someone sends it, Marina, I would not date her. No. Heck no. Yeah, so the thing with the books, Marina, is I don't buy them. I like They were is if it's not given, then the money goes to charity or something like that. Don't say that, doll. God darn it. Not on this one. Um, but yeah, so yeah. Oh my gosh, what a ride that was. And I don't know why, Noella, but I thought you said leash. So I'm totally out of my mind too. He didn't let her find her. Yeah, but no, I would not date her. I will still hope for the best, but I would not respond to her. I would not speak with her. I I there are just some things you don't do. That's one of them. Like I have no ill will towards her, and I really, really hope she's on some. Well, I hope she's on the right medication. I really hope so. But yeah. So, what do you guys think? How'd you like that? Pretty freaking long, an hour 30 minutes. Oh gosh. So movie length. Yes, I do tarot, Marina. Give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, geez, Louise. Now, if someone were to ask me if I would ever go through that again or would want to go through that again, I would say, heck no. You must be out of your mind. Mm. No, I just misread and thought it said leashes. Welcome back, Paranormal Witch. Surprisingly, this only went on for like a year and a half. That was it. It seemed like it was years living it, but no, it was only a year and a half. Wait, that was it, a year and a half. Can you believe that? But it felt like a lifetime. I'm pretty sure I aged because of her. Only a year and a half. Oh man. Why didn't I run? Be the Dom next time. Oh no, I can't do the TikTok thing. I'm not hip enough for that. Oh, now I got freaking California Girls in my head. The Beach Boys for California Girls, not Katy Perry. She didn't call me. She I guess before they took her phone away, she was able to use it one last time, and she sent a picture of the place's phone number and sent it to me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I should have run. I really should have. But like I said, I think secretly I'm crazy and I enjoyed it. Because, like, look at it like this. How often can someone say, yeah, a known porn star is chasing after you? And, it's like, I have a chance to sleep with her. Not that I would, but, how often do you have the chance to say that? So I guess that was part of my thinking, and it's one of those things to where it's like, this is so insane. I have to see how it plays out. Oh no, the Secret Service, that was it. Nope. I don't mess with government, man. I do not mess with government. Forget that. Like when government shows up, I show out. Or excuse me, I get out, not show out. Because that's dangerous. That'll get you in trouble, man. But yeah, I was really concerned they were listening in and everything. They probably were, but they weren't going to get anything. Like, well, that's the thing. I never hit on her. Like, because I wouldn't hit on a married woman. That's no matter what. I don't care who she is, what she does, love or no love. I'm not going to hit on a married woman. And I wouldn't do it. It's just morally for me, it's not right. So I never hit on. I thought she was good looking and saw a few things more than I should have, but yeah. So yeah, that's just. But anyway, but because of her, I am a little weary of people. Darn, Afro coming in with the boom boom with the 1 2. Well, I mean, Noella, if you're showing, I will be looking. So go ahead, feel free. If you want to be like that, I won't say no. You're cute. Go ahead. Uh, but yeah, but because of her, I'm weary of people who do stuff with Lilith or say they're Lilith or whatever, anything to do with Lilith. I'm very concerned. Well, then don't bring it up. I mean, you're getting my hopes up and everything. I'm over here like, all right, yeah, man, I like little Irish girl. Let's go. Oh, the story. Okay. Well, no, I never did say I wanted to see her. Not once. Yeah, you have a good one, Scarlet. Yeah, Scarlet's over there in the shadows, like, what the heck did I just listen to? Oh yeah, so shameless plug. Scarlet's gonna be on Monday after this, so I can only imagine what's going through her head. Like, what the heck? Why? Why did I? Why did I agree to this? And then she just takes it like, nope, too much for me. So great. If Scarlet cancels, we know why. Yeah, good. I mean, it was something. But yeah, this is your get out of jail free card, Scarlet. So feel free to use it. Yeah, Curtis ran. Curtis couldn't handle it. Oh my god. Great stuff, man. Oh, no. Yeah, actually, you just reminded me of something. So, the one real job that I worked, they have files and all that for people who takes vacations and this and that or whatever and I left the place, but I was still friends with folks who worked there. So every now and then I would visit. And I just happened to come on a day where they were cleaning out files and trying to do things, reports. And the person was like, "Oh, Melvin, I had to clean your file, and I'm so happy I got you because I didn't have to do anything. You know why?" And I'm like, "Why?" It was just one. paper, one piece of paper in there, and that was for a vacation time, 3 days off out of all the time I worked there. So it's like, oh, okay. So I never took time off or nothing like that. When I do work, you just do it. No time off, no vacations. You just do it. But the reason why I took 3 days off, 3 or 4 days off, was I was invited to go to Las Vegas, which I it, I've been to Vegas many times. It's nothing special to me except for one reason and one reason only. And I think you guys know what I'm getting at. If you don't, I'm about to tell you. I would only go to Vegas to eat. That's it. Whenever I go to Vegas, one of the places I have to go to, and I'm sorry for my nose, guys. For some reason, it's just bothering me so much, and I think it's a nervous tick that I have when I'm on camera. Because any other time, I'm fine. But anyway, one a tradition I have whenever I go to Vegas, I always go to the Orleans and eat at the buffet. That's that's my tradition whenever I go to Vegas. I have to go to the Orleans and I have to eat at the buffet, and their stuff is really good, extremely good. But yeah, that's the only reason why I would go to Vegas. Everything over there, it's not really for me. I don't drink, I don't gamble, I don't really like the entertainment that's there except for the magic shows. Like the music I like, well, everyone's dead. Never been to Hooters. I will probably never go to Hooters. Why would I? No. Um, yeah, no, no Hooters. Um, but other mess, yes. Yeah, you were close. Very close. Uh-oh. 1 second, guys. Oh, okay. Never mind. It's nothing important. Or is it? No, it's nothing important. Okay, we're good. But yeah, so I don't know. If anyone wants to give me a new reason to go to Vegas, please feel free to give me that reason and I will probably go aside from eating. Because, it's just, it's whatever. But I do believe it is time to start wrapping up. And since it's still kind of early for me, how about we pull some cards for someone to end it? Which I probably shouldn't after all that mess. I'm I'm pretty sure I'm not Canadian. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not Canadian. Yeah, don't you guys smoke the devil's lettuce up there? And, I don't do that either. I just drink some wholesome lemonade. Oh, yeah. You see, kidding? Yeah, you don't even deny it. Like, yeah, I do. Want to get high? Don't forget to bring a towel. All right, maybe we'll just do a group pool, see what we get. I'll just pull cards out. I don't know what's going to pop up or anything. So we're using the Llewellyn. Well, I'm just going to pull. Like, this isn't for anyone specific. Actually, you know what? This is not the appropriate deck considering what the story I just told. This is not the appropriate deck for this now that I think about it. So, when are you guys going to hook me up with one of your single friends? I have been waiting for someone to do that, and no one has done it yet. Oh, where is it? Where are you? Oh, there you are. It's behind everything. All right. This is the appropriate deck. So, yeah, when are you guys going to, don't think I wouldn't take her. All right. This is the one. So we'll just see what's coming out. This will be the last thing, and then I'll head on off because I'm hungry. Well, if she's cute anyway, and she has a decent personality, and she's not just trying to get a green card. Although she wouldn't get one from me because I'm not the marrying type. Actually, that's probably why my chances of getting someone is so low. I'm not going to marry anyone, and I don't want kids. So it's like, well, that cuts everything by a pretty giant margin. All right, let's see. Let me switch screens here. Or not. Why aren't you working? There we go. Someone pick a number between 1 and 78. Whoever says the first number. 13. 13, okay. 13 will work. 1, 3, 4. Scarlet, I thought you were going to sleep. What the heck? Okay. Oh, yeah, it is Friday the 13th, isn't it? So this sucker shot out by itself, so might be a bonus for us here. Huh. Okay. What's at the bottom? What the heck? Maybe we'll just put you back in. Yeah, you're going back in. But you four get to stay out. So, we have Judgment, bottom of the deck. I know it's blurry. I can fix that, but I'm not going to. Um, yeah, family card rising up, time to pay the piper. So, expect changes happening, guys. Not only changes, but things coming back your way. Whatever you felt you lost returns, or whatever you want to lose, you get rid of. And oh no, that's so sad. Oh no. Oh, that's really sad, Noel. I have a thing about animals and getting lost and all. Oh, I'm happy you got them back. Okay, that makes me happy now. Okay, um, but ironically, yes, this is about getting back what you have lost, or perhaps losing something that you don't need, getting rid of whatever it is you don't need. Also, I suppose we could see it as a family card as well. Like maybe someone's going to get pregnant, but what goes around comes around. So what you put out comes back. So everyone get ready. It's time to pay the piper, or it's time for you to get paid because you are the piper. Ace of, let me see if I can, there we go. Ace of Pentacles. Um, Earth element, of course. Slow, slowly coming. Universe giving you a hand, so to speak. Slow growth, but growth nonetheless. Passion, connection. So it's a good chance, or excuse me, not a good chance. It's a good time to start building connections. These are connections that will last and they will go forth. So, with the Ace of Pentacles, I would definitely start venturing out, start building connections with other people, start leaving your comfort zone because over time it's going to grow into something big and major. The Chariot, go forth, get it, defense up, or maybe defense down, but walk your path, do your thing. Don't look back, love them and leave them. Don't actually leave them, but certainly love them. Definitely start making your path known, start walking your path. One of my favorite cards, the Star, out with the old and with the new. Yeah, it's definitely time to let things go and get your path going. Accept new experiences, expect new be open to new challenges. Go forth with everything. And when you do that, this takes us to the moon. And with this sucker, this is things coming to light that try to remain hidden. Truths come out that people try to hide. Maybe even jealousy because you're doing things differently and trying to be better and do more. And, sometimes we leave things in the past, but this is a reflection of our inner self, but it's also truths coming out because you're changing yourself and you're trying to do more. But yeah, there we go. So just a quick one, nothing personal or anything. Oh boy, you guys are going to keep at it, aren't you? But yeah, so with that said, I think it is now time to end it. Thank you all for joining me for our 500 sub story. Did we lose Doll? Did she leave? She just said, forget you guys. I'm out of here. But yeah, thank you guys for joining. I really hope you enjoyed the story. I don't know if I'm going to keep this public or not. I have absolutely no idea. Maybe unlisted. I don't know. I have to think about it. But Monday the 16th at 6 p.m. PST, we are going to have. Ooh. I'm sorry. I saw Red Velvet. And all of a sudden, my attention just went right to Noella. Noella, are you single? And if so, do you have a nice bum? But thank you guys for joining. Hope you enjoyed the story. Seriously, if you got some red velvet cake, man, I am pouncing. And yeah, so Monday the 16th, we're going to have Scarlet Bales on. 6 p.m. is when the show starts. You don't want to miss that. Unfortunately, however, Niema just informed me that she is not going to be able to make it, which is so upsetting because, this was kind of her show. So it's just going to be Scarlet and I, which, that'll be okay. Oops. It's just going to be Scarlet and I. And then after that, I will cut back on the live streaming and go back more into um, a recorded work. And also, there are some reviews that should be coming soon. I have been reading Black Magic of Aruman, Curtis Joseph's book, and that review should be coming soon-ish. There are a couple other reviews that I have in the pipeline that I just haven't gotten to because I'm lazy. And there is a new Tell Me About It that is in the works, and that should come up sometime next week. And also, there should be a new Too Crazy to Believe popping up next week. So, the recorded content, pre recorded content is back, and there will be a cut down on the live streaming. So, I hope that's okay for everyone. And hello, Ashia. I think that's how you say that. But yeah, so anyway, heading out. Thank you for joining again, and I will see you guys when I see you guys. Until then, watch out for blue aliens. Bye, guys.